Good evening and welcome to the Personnel Committee meeting of June 18th, 2024. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Legislator Castellano, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Legislator Castellano.
Present.
Legislator Nasarino.
Present.
Chairman Yonke.
Present. Item number 3, I'll make a motion to accept the Personnel Committee meeting minutes of May 14th, 2024. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 4 is the approval. We have the appointment of our Director of Tourism. We have Tara Keegan and Tracy Walsh with us tonight. Please come forward. Welcome. I'm fortunate to know Tara for quite a few years and can't think of a better person to fill the shoes of Tracy as she departs. Tracy, I'll let you say a few words first.
Well, first, thank you, everybody, for all the support you've given me. And I'm so happy and confident that Tara is exactly the right person to continue all the great work in tourism. She's got a tremendous work ethic. She's the perfect fit. And I say this with pride, a Putnam County girl, like myself and like a lot of us here. She's energetic, she's thorough. I'm just very, very happy and feel as a Putnam County person that this is going to make the tourism department even stronger and move it forward. So it's a very good choice.
Tara, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Thank you, Chairman Yonke, Legislator Nasarino, Legislator Castellano, and to the legislators here. Thank you for having me this evening. As Tracy did say, I have been a resident in Putnam County for over 30 years. Attended Princeton School District, graduated in 2008. Went to SUNY Albany, where I graduated with honors with a bachelor's degree in political science, double minored in criminal justice and English. My junior year of college, I was accepted by both the New York State Assembly and the New York State Senate internship, which I had the privilege to work for the State Assembly for the 94th Assembly District, representing my home county, which I made my job a lot easier. With that experience, being with the State Assembly for 6 years, being along with a lot of organizations, I think I could bring good quality experience to help with bringing tourism, helping with economic development, and promoting small businesses, which is the heart and soul of our county. And I look forward to working with all the department heads and as well as the legislatures, the rest of you in the legislature, with whatever endeavors that you would like to see through with tourism in this county.
Thank you. Any members of the committee wishing to speak? Yes.
I've known Tara for a pretty long time myself, and she's always been very steadfast and a really hard worker in all endeavors that she pursued. So I'm really happy to have her on board.
I'd like to say the same thing. I think I've known Tara for probably over 10 years now. I know she's got a great work ethic and certainly will do a great job for us. I'm looking forward to it. And Tracy, thank you for all you've done for Putnam County over the last number of years. It's a very exciting time, and I hope you have some great plans for tourism here in Putnam.
Legislator Crowley.
I just want to say thank you to Tracy for everything you've given back and just added to Putnam. And I had the pleasure of sitting in on Tara's interview. She already taught me things that I didn't know about, including Babe Ruth having a spot here and just a number of different ideas she had. So I'm very excited for a little growth and some fun, new, exciting things to come to Putnam. I think it's a breath of fresh air mixed with a lot of history, and I think the two of you coming together, because you're going to stay on for a little while still, a little bit. So I think it'll be fantastic. Thank you.
Legislator Anizio.
I'd just like to say congratulations and welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Legislator Montgomery.
Thank you, Tracy, for all your work for Putnam County, especially
for Phillipstown and the west side of Putnam. And Tara, I'm sure you'll fill Tara in, there's a big gap in tourism in Putnam between east and west. And we over there on the west side are inundated, and I hope that the tourism department understands its role. That's not only promotion of Putnam County, but supporting tourism, and we really need a lot of support over on the west side. We send a lot of money over. We send a lot of money over to Putnam County, and we're inundated with trash, no parking, no facilities, and it's left, you know, it's left for a very unsafe situation because of.
Tell her where you were this morning.
No, thank you for bringing that up. That is the goal. My goal is to not favor one side of the county. I want to promote the east and the west, north and south, all aspects.
We don't
of
need
Putnam
any more
County.
promotion over there.
But I was actually over with the Chamber of Commerce breakfast with
Great.
Cold Spring meeting, introduced myself, and my goal is I want to interact with the chamber, and I plan to meet with Brewster's Chamber of Commerce tomorrow at their monthly meeting. I'm going to meet with the Mayapack Carmel Chamber of Commerce. I feel like tourism and the chamber should interact with one another, which is something, as one of my initiatives that I'd like to do is do a social media campaign promoting the unique businesses that Putnam County has, whether it just could be from boutique shops in Cold Spring, special restaurants, either like, for example, the Greek Palace or Pueblo Viejo, pretty much Restaurant Row. I like to call it Route 6 Restaurant Row, Mayapack. I want to highlight all those restaurants, show them like who the owner is, how long they've been there, the most popular dishes, because that will bring people to come into the area. Then they'll also see like, oh, there's this shop here, I should come here, back here again. Oh, this restaurant was great, that restaurant over there looks great, I want to come back there next week. So I want to do that in Cold Spring, and help promote those businesses, help out with any issues that they may have with tourism, which I did highlight to the chamber members. I want to meet with them, like what I can do to help promote them, what I can do to help resolve any issues that they have, or figure out solutions to make things better.
It's something, if I may, something I've been trying to communicate to New York State quite frequently. I'm always on the phone with New York State Tourism, helping them understand the crisis we're faced with in Phillipstown. And that all that I Love New York money, you know, goes to, and it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it goes for promotion, and I'm trying to explain, we don't need promotion. We need help. We need health and safety, because it's pretty dire.
Oh, well,
So I'm hoping, and I know Tracy knows about it, I'm sure she can fill you in, and I'm really looking forward to, introducing you to other places if you'd like, anytime.
yeah, absolutely. I definitely would like to, we can talk on it at a separate time, and we can go over all the specifics, and you can address it to me, and we'll figure out solutions.
Thank you.
Legislator Elmer.
Most of the senators have been echoed, but I just want to say, Tracy, thank you for your work. Tara, excited, welcome aboard. We're here, and I know you do a fantastic job. By the number of people here, obviously you can tell me that it'll be official at the next full meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
May I speak?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just not to take away from the glory of tonight, and we're very excited to have you on, but procedurally, and we've had a lot of hiccups with procedures and policies and how we're moving forward. Your announcement, and this is not directed at you, Tara, but an announcement was made and in the papers before, as Legislator Elmer just said, you were officially confirmed. So I would like to send a message back to the county executive to refrain from doing that, because the authority to approve rests with the legislature, and we shouldn't be premature or making these announcements until it's official. That has nothing to do with you, but it needs to be said.
Tracy, how long have you been with us? 6?
I came on in 2019,
Oh, my goodness.
but I've been with you pretty much all of my, 62 years in
So
Putnam
5
County
years.
here.
So thank you
But,
for your
thank you.
work with Putnam County, and we wish you well moving forward. So on that note, Tara, good luck to you. I'm going to make a motion to approve this appointment. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Next step, next
Good night,
month.
everybody.
Good night.
Item number 5 is a discussion. It's the approval for a part-time threat assessment analysis position from the sheriff's office. We have Captain Shepperly.
So this appointment is waiting while they move some money around in the threat assessment grant. It will be a part-time temporary position, specifically grant funded. At the time that funding runs out, we will at that time revisit what our options may be going forward. So this will be an assessment. We're trying to crunch some of the extensive numbers and identify some trends that we're getting for all these threat assessments that we've had in the last 2 years. The threat assessment group meets bi-monthly, and we in the sheriff's office sit down with DSS and probation. We meet more frequently than that. So we need somebody to start looking for trends and trying to figure out exactly what is the data telling us.
And we have the qualifications for that individual here.
Yes.
And the work activities for that person.
Yeah.
And this would, you said this would be temporary, so this would be kind of, let's, experimental?
It's part-time and temporary, grant funded. At this point, we didn't see the need for full-time. We want to see the value that they can bring to our assessments, and part of it is what we have medical issues, what needs more attention as we go forward here. So that'll be something working under Sarah and Mike Knox, not so much mine, but somebody to crunch the numbers and see what trends we've got going on.
Yes.
So the request is for one part-time person at the rate of $30 per hour. So that would be not to exceed 17 and a half hours a week, which constitutes part-time.
That's my understanding, yes,
We have
ma'am.
Paul Eldridge here with us, who could speak to that.
That's my understanding as well.
But then the next paragraph goes on to say they want to hire 2 part-times at a rate of $30 per hour, and the combination of 2 analysts will not exceed $70,000 a year. Can you speak to that, Chrissy? The last paragraph of the,
First paragraph.
that is not what we're considering this evening. It's just the 1 part-time position, correct?
That's all I've been instructed.
Any other questions of the committee?
I have a question.
Yeah.
When did I see Lindard?
I'm just kind of curious as to, like, what do we perceive as the perfect candidate for this position? Is it like a retired police officer that would come on board, or something?
Is this a tech person? I was kind of wondering that too.
I don't know that they've made that decision. They left it open, and they want to see, it's got to be somebody interested and has the ability to analyze. So I'm not sure exactly what the the committee is going to look for, but I know it's going to be there to support that. Already we have the 2-person team that's going out, so they're going to help them. They have a better idea of what they're looking for. And so I know they've done a write-up for the grant. I can provide our most recent write-up if you'd like.
The job description's right
I
here.
see that, but we're
Yeah.
still confused as to what the
The
prerequisite
question
is.
for Mr. Eldridge, you have any idea of, is this a statistical analysis, an analyst, Is this a tech person?
It could be either. I would point you to the way we've described it, the years of experience working with and analyzing criminal information in or for a law enforcement agency. So we see them as being tied into a law enforcement agency and having that kind of experience. So it's not just a tech person that's going to be sitting behind a computer. It would be somebody that is knowledgeable of law enforcement activity.
Okay, thank you. Legislator Crowley.
I think I'd like to see have a little bit more of an explanation on two, if it's one or two, and not to exceed, because it's, as Captain Shepperly said, wait till I see Linder to explain a little bit more, and that's what he's been
Yeah,
instructed.
if you could just send us a
would-
memo
I
before.
think Captain Knox sent me another email that I may not have seen
Well,
in
she-
time here.
Yeah, we
Okay.
should have it in the backup here, just so we get
Just
clear
between now and
what we're
August.
approving.
Send it to you.
Thank you.
Can we move this,
Yes.
Sorry.
can we table this for audit until we get
It's for
is it for
discussion.
one person or two people? And
Well,
if
this
it's gonna
is-
be part-time, or if it's gonna be two part-time people? I know, it's an FYI, but
Well,
still being part
Well,
of
it's
the grant.
discussion or approval.
Or it's A or B, so would you consider that?
What's the urgency of this position? Captain?
I think they wanted to bring it to your attention. They can't do anything until the grant money gets moved around.
Okay.
I mean.
So this is something that we could get more information between now and next month and bring it up again next month?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Yes.
I'm just curious how this position, it just seems like it's a position that the district attorney's office is already doing. In my, I don't have a lot of experience in crime, but in my experience, it just seems that this is a lot of are they doing this already?
Most of these cases do not involve arrests.
Okay.
They are, by and large, to date, a lot of mental health issues. So there's an ongoing assessment, even trying to define what are the cases that we're seeing, and then what resources do we really need to try to bring to bear to support some of these people going forward. So it's not as much as a law enforcement agenda as a larger public safety agenda, trying to avoid future issues with some of these persons who, for various reasons, have made threats, some serious.
So how can you legally investigate them if they're not under arrest? How can you really investigate that?
We partner with Department of Social Services and Mental Health, and it's under the governor's directive there to create a threat assessment group. And part of the charge of the governor's directive was that you bring resources to bear and try to support them. So there are reports that go up quarterly to the state on this threat assessment program.
I like the concept of it. It sounds like it could be really helpful for those in crisis and.
I mean, we have a lot of dealings with the schools on these, of course. They're part and parcel of this process, so.
Thank you for explaining.
Legislator Crowley.
This is, if I believe this is correct, this is Sarah Servadio, TJ's on this is that team.
Yeah, it's
So
Captain
that-
Knox,
yeah, so
parole,
that- so it's a
probation,
lot
the
of-
DA's office.
I've actually interacted with them through my other job, and they've been it's been very, very helpful with people in need of, like, we don't have the stabilization center yet, so it actually has been very helpful. They were there to talk to the person who was, and I'm just sorry if I'm going a little off task, but talk to the person, and eventually the person decided they wanted to go to the hospital, get some help in need. They were there for several hours, and it was a wonderful service that they did provide. And it's happened more than once where we've had to do it, and I'm very thankful for that group. So thank you for initiating it. Thank you for the people that do it, because I've seen such wonderful work from them, and it's not an easy job.
Yes.
So in essence, this is really a safeguard and a preventive measure to de-escalate or to any red flags that pop up to try to diffuse the situation.
Yes, and then track them, group them. Who seem to present a continuing threat? Have we done something to mitigate that? Have we helped that? So they're trying to pull together ultimately, what can we do after we first encounter them? What's the best process we can do to try to avoid some future altercation?
How many times do we hear a crime is committed and in retrospect, people saw the red flags and did nothing? So this is a very proactive measure, and I'm very supportive of it.
So, yes.
I just wanted to bring it to your attention. On Thursday, the undersheriff brought this to Michelle and I. It's a grant amendment. He asked for it to go on as a discussion/approval because he thought he'd hear something by last Friday that it was approved by the state. We haven't heard from him, but I think he's at a conference right now. So that's why if he would have had the information that the state approved it, they would have liked to have moved forward with it.
Okay.
And then it get approved at audit. So if it got approved to move it from this committee to audit, but I don't know the outcome whether the state approved the grant funding yet.
So I have a question for council. Because it's on for discussion, we don't need to table this to bring this back up again next month, do we?
No.
Bring it up next, if we need to put it on for approval, we can just put it on for next month. Yes.
Or unless you wanted to move it to audit, if they have the approval, because until they have the approval, the finance commissioner wasn't going to do a budget.
All right, well, then why don't we do this? We're gonna, if it's okay with the committee, we're gonna move it forward for approval, and any questions that we may have, we're going to get out a memo to you, and before audit, please respond to our inquiry. Yes.
Just a point of clarification, is the motion to move it to audit or to the full?
The motion is gonna be to move it to audit. All right, so with that, I'm gonna make a motion to move this to audit. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. So anybody who has any questions, please get them to the clerk tomorrow, and we'll get the questions out. This way we can get the information for audit. Item number 6 is an FYI. Thank you, Captain. FYI, it's our accident report. Please review it. Item number 7 is an FYI, it's our incident report. Please review. Item number 8 is other business. I would like to make a motion to move forward item, what's here?
8A.
8A, which is a fund transfer request from the district attorney's office. I see we have our representatives from the DA's office. Please come forward. And maybe you can please explain what the request is for.
Did you do a motion to accept the other business? Did I miss it?
I did not do, no. And a motion to accept motion to accept, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good evening. Thank you for
Good evening.
putting us on your agenda this evening. Christina Rizzo, Chief of Staff for the DA's office, Tanya Kraus, Chief ADA for the DA's office. Our request is to get permission to do a fund transfer for unused personnel funds from an employee who has been working less hours than she is scheduled to work, so it will not have any fiscal impact on our budget, to cover the cost of bringing in a temp because we have a support staff who went out unexpectedly on medical leave and will be out from 3 to 6 months. And we need help keeping up with the workload, as well as coverage. Since it's summertime, we've already approved summer vacations for other support staff, and we will be severely understaffed if we don't have help.
How far will the $10,000 get you?
I don't know. We are working closely with personnel to hire someone off of one of the lists to see, so I will have to work with them on hours, but I do have another 10,000 that if we run low, that I can move over at a later date if we end up using the full 10,000 before that person comes back from medical.
Okay, our director, personnel director, Mr. Eldridge, do you have anything to chime in on this?
No, we really don't know how long the person's going to be out, so it's kind of, we'll progress as we move forward. Hopefully, the person will be able to come back, but, we really don't know how long it will be.
Okay, and how long has this person been out?
They went out on
They know.
May 29th, May 30th? May
Okay.
29th, I think, was their last day in the office.
Couple weeks, okay.
Yes.
Any members of the committee have any questions?
No?
Any members of the legislature have any questions? All right, then I'll make a motion to move forward with this fund transfer. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Seeing no other business, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.